Hello, welcome back. If you watched the previous video on the very basics of the bow hold, i.e. a pencil bow, then you should be well ready by now to try out with a real bow. If not, then it might be worth you just having a quick look, because we covered some fairly basic balance exercises in that video. So actually what we're going to do now is we're going to try those things with the bow. But first we're going to make sure that we've got a really stable bow hold. Now, it's not really great to be too dogmatic about bow holds, because everybody's got different shaped hands. Some people have long thumbs, some people have short thumbs, you know, we all come in different shapes and sizes. So take this as a rule of thumb, pardon the pun, and experiment. That's the most important thing. Gain your own experience, see what works for you. But in general, we're talking about that business of being in balance. Your thumb is like the fulcrum, and these two fingers are like the people on the seesaw, okay? And they're what makes the bow move, and it can make the bow move this way, and it can also make it move backwards and forwards, side to side, okay? So, without more ado, thinking about where are we going to put our fingers on the bow? Well, I'm going to start with the thumb. Let's turn ourselves this way round. Now you can see on the bow, this bit here, this is called the frog, and it's got a little eye in it, the frog's eye. And this is the stick, and here is the lapping. Now in between the frog and the lapping there should be a little piece of wood, and you can see how the frog kind of butts up against that. Now what you really want to do is to get that part of your thumb, you know, the one nearest to your first finger, that corner of the nail just there, up against there, like that. I'll show you. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Okay. Once you've got that against the corner, I'll show you from this angle as well. Okay. Yeah, so there's the bit you need. Yeah. Just in the corner like that. You can wave around a bit, just get a bit of flexibility going on. You should be able to do this and not actually lose, you know, you're not poking through, you're not saying hello to the other side, you're just quite securely actually parked in that corner, just there. Okay, then you're going to get these two middle fingers, well I think they've disappeared, here they are, right, okay, and you're going to put one either side of the thumb. Okay, and then these two just flop quite naturally where they land. Now I for extra security, quite like to have my ring finger on this metal piece, which is actually called the D ring. So if you remember, ring on the ring. Ring finger on the D ring, ring on the ring. Okay, then you've got something that's going to be fairly stable. Now, some people like to have their fingers spread away from the thumb. Some people quite like to have their fingers closer to the thumb, so that actually the fulcrum, I'll come around this way, actually the fulcrum becomes slightly off centre. Now I advise you to try it with the fulcrum exactly in the centre to start with. If you begin to get pains and you've checked that your thumb is definitely at an angle and not straight, because that can make pains, especially if your thumb is bending this way. Some people have thumbs that actually don't bend this way very well, and they won't stay put. If you're double jointed especially, you may find that your thumb will behave quite nicely like this. If that's the case, then go with it. But most of us actually are going to be stronger and ultimately more flexible with our thumbs bending this way. Okay. So try it around. So start with it in the middle. Try that squishy spider thing we were talking about. This is where all our knuckles are bending all at once. It looks like this way round. Okay. And from the side it'll look like this. And from the other side it'll look like this. Okay, I'll get a bit closer so you can see exactly what's going on. There you go, everything's bent. Okay. And then we relax it and let it dangle. Bend it up, let it dangle. Okay. So that's the squishy spider. Then we talk about, well, you can try dangling the bow like this. Keep your bow hold as it was. Keep it in secure, so your thumb is still where it was. It's pointing slightly backwards and upwards into the frog, so that should hold it in place actually. Then you try just with your little finger and your index finger. Just doing that seesaw. It's easier to do it like a pendulum when you've got the bow in your hand. We were doing it horizontally with a pencil, but vertically works really well. Now see if you can build up some steam. Really build it, and eventually you'll find that it'll come all the way round. Just follow it round. Let your fingers do the propulsion and let your arm just follow round. See if you can go like a windscreen wiper then. So you turn from a pendulum into a windscreen wiper. Gradually. Remember, it's just the fingers. I'm just tapping here with my index finger. I'm going whoosh and whipping it over. Just with the finger, my arm follows passively. And I'm going to do the same with my little finger. Whoosh, and over it goes. Yeah? So what you're doing there is you're developing flexibility and security. Because once you've learned how to do that without dropping the bow, you've got it sussed. Okay. So go away and have fun with those two movements. Okay. And join me for the next video when we'll be talking about making a beautiful bow all the way along the string, making it absolutely gorgeous sound. Okay, bye for now.